Welcome to the Center for Airmanship Excellence Quick Brief on Learning to Fly the Airmanship 2.0 Way. I'm Dave Cook. I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Airmanship Excellence. You know, it's not often in life when we encounter things that change our lives forever, but learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 Way certainly will. Before we get into what it's all about, let me give you 3 tips on learning to fly. The first one is don't teach yourself. This might sound ludicrous, but you'd be surprised at how many people have told me that they're going to teach themselves to fly. Many more people, though, do essentially the same thing by choosing an instructor that doesn't teach them how to fly right from the beginning. Tip number 2, don't learn to fly only in the airplane. The airplane is essential for learning certain skills and acquiring certain knowledge, but you certainly need to supplement your in-flight training with simulator training. It'll make you a much better pilot. And tip number 3, learn to fly right the first time. I don't know anybody that goes back and learn how to fly a second time. But if you don't learn how to fly right the first time, there can be tragic results. All right, let's delve into a little more deeply learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way. First of all, the old way of learning to fly, Airmanship 1.0, uses old airplanes. Airmanship 2.0 uses modern airplanes. With a twist. This airplane you might recognize, it's the Piper Cub, although it's a new version of it, recently manufactured with an electrical system and all the latest safety devices, including a whole aircraft parachute system. Notice this airplane has 2 wheels in the front and one back by the tail, by the rudder. We call this a tail wheel airplane or a tail dragger. So why learn to fly in a tail dragger? Well, this chart will give you most of the reasons I would present for learning to fly in a tail dragger. This is the types of pilot-related accidents chart for a typical year among personal flyers in the United States. And you can see that we have these categories of accidents that are pilot-related. Takeoff and climb, maneuvering flight, descent and approach, and landing account for about 66% of all the pilot-related accidents experienced by personal flyers. Those accident categories can be attributed directly to poor stick and rudder skills. Learning to fly in a tail dragger instills good stick and rudder skills. Good stick and rudder skills can cure takeoff and landing accidents. Learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way focuses on airmanship excellence. Now, airline captains generally exhibit airmanship excellence. In the case of Captain Al Haynes and his crew at United Airlines on Flight 232 back in 1989, you probably will recall they lost all of their controls, but they were able to get the airplane on the ground, not in one piece, but most of the people survived. It was a miracle, but it was also due to excellent airmanship on the part of every one of those crew members. You too can achieve and maintain airmanship excellence in the kind of flying that you'll be doing. Comprehensive airmanship training is a part of learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way. You don't just learn to drive the airplane. And the comprehensive airmanship training includes initial training, recurrent training, frequent recurrent training, and upgrade training. Learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way includes comprehensive ground training that's multimedia. Learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way also includes classroom training and one-on-one training. Comprehensive airmanship training also includes scenario-based flight training, where every flight lesson is a mission. Instead of just going up and flying around and practicing maneuvers, you follow a scenario that includes all of the elements that you need to learn in that particular lesson. That scenario-based flight training is approved by the FAA industry training standards. Learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way includes flight lesson recording and playback system, where the video of your flight is recorded, the audio, all the parameters, the accelerations, the altitude, the location, the attitude of the aircraft are all recorded. And then after the flight, you can play them back on a PC in many different ways, from many different angles, and it really is a very effective critiquing tool that allows you to complete your flight training much more efficiently and less expensively. Learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way also includes high-performing safety culture that has safety leadership, performance management, safety coaching, and behavioral safety. Comprehensive airmanship training includes a training team made up of mentor pilots, senior instructors, and associate instructors that support your airmanship training from the time you begin until the time you quit flying. Find out more about learning to fly the Airmanship 2.0 way. Continue your exploration. The door is open and the welcome mat is out. I would suggest that you continue your exploration by returning to Aspiring Aviator Waypoint 2. Fly safely and have fun.